Hello everyone, this is the Home IO simulation, which simulates a home automation system. Also, it simulates the security, the smart security system. So I used it to support my project, which is the smart security, and moving all the way to the entrance, which we can press on the map here. We can just transfer from a place to place, or we just, you know, we have to go there by walking. So in both cases, it both works the the exact same way. So as you can see, this is the entrance, and since it's a smart security system, we are caring about the entrance of a house, and we care about the sensors and the sirens and all that. So starting from the entrance here, we have a lot of sensors around the house. This is the motion sensor. You can just view it by pressing, or not pressing, just putting your mouse on the sensor. It will tell you what kind of sensor is that. So after we enter the house, as you can see, the sensor, every time I move, it will sense my movement, and it will show me that, like, red light. We have another sensor there, and like there are a lot of sensors around the house. So here we have the passcode, which usually the house owner could just lock or unlock the door. So by pressing on the numbers, we can lock the door. As you could see here, it would be completely locked. So now if someone tried to open the door, the sensors that will detect the like the door, I mean, these sensors are detecting the movement of the door, if it's open or closed. So if we are opening the door, as you could see, it sensed that the door has opened. It gives you some time for you to enter the passcode and unlock, so the siren would go off. And also there's another like, instead of this smart safety or this smart security system, we also have a smart safety system, which is in the kitchen. And you can, sorry, it's kind of freezing right now. All right, which you can sense the or detect the smoke. So moving to the rooms, this is the kitchen. It's not the K. It's probably around here. Oh yes, there. That's the kitchen, and as you can see, there are a lot of smoke detection, smoke sensors, like this one here. It says smoke detector, and we also have a lot of smoke detectors. They don't have a smoke detector in the kitchen. I don't know why, but that's a light, by the way. That's a light too. So I don't know why they don't have a smoke detector in the kitchen, but there are a lot of smoke detectors around the house. It also could, like, whenever it sends some smoke or anything, or like as long as it detects smoke, that means it's fire. So it's gonna do a specific thing, and I'm gonna explain now how it's gonna work if you are outside the house. So as you could see here, um, the green like circles means that you can control them by this um, let's call it an iPad, or the the controller of the smart house. So as you can see, I have a lot of lighting devices. I have a lot of motorized, and also the heating. If I'm going to work on a small home, but a small house, but now I'm only caring about the security of the house and the safety of the house. So going to the security of the house, all these sensors I have chosen by pressing on, like it's gonna usually be red like that. If you pressed on it, that means you can control it by this device. You can control it from here as an automation. Other than that, it could be just a switch that you could press um, to turn on the lights or turn it off. So now we're gonna look at the scenarios that could happen. So if we press here, we go to the scenarios of the safety of the security system. So I added here, usually it will be clear. So I added a scenario that at a specific time, let's say that it's the time where no one else is like home. So as you can see, the real time is 9:47, 48 now. If you change that to 40, let's say 40, 49 there. So now you will just press on apply. So I did this. I added a scenario. I chose in the time that no one is supposed to be home, and then I enabled um, a function which is not home. You can edit it here to see the sensors that I've chosen. I've chosen a lot of motion detectors and door detectors around the house, and the actuator should be a siren, which that will go on if something happened. So applying this and waiting for the time to be 49. As you can see, the door now is unlocked. So everyone left the house. They forgot to lock the door after it's 49. As you can see, the door was locked automatically. The motion sensor is not sensing anything right now because basically I'm not moving, I'm just standing up. So if I moved and this sensor sensed that there is a movement in the house, or if the door was if the door opened, if someone opened the door or someone moved inside the house, the siren would go on. So let's give it a test. There are a lot of motion sensors in the house. That's the first one, and that's the second one. So if I moved now, look what would happen to the sensor. It sensed that someone moved in the house when there's supposed to be no one, and the siren would go on. So that's a smart security system that would keep your house safe if there was no one in the house. Also, there are a lot of, as I said, there are a lot of motion sensors in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bedrooms. So if there is any movement in the house when there is no one supposed to be in the house, then like the alarm would go on. Um, so that's the scenario for the security of your house. And we have another scenario for the safety, which is about fire. So I named it fire case. You can edit and add more scenarios and attach more detectors and actuators. So I attached two sensors, which is the A and the G. There are a lot of sensors around the house, and so I only chose like the one in the living room, which is in this room. Sorry, this room. No, this room. Yes. So this one I detected, which is the A sensor, and there's another sensor here, and this one. That's the G smoke detector. So going back to, it's kind of freezing right now. All right. So I don't know how to start a fire. I don't think you can start a fire or smoke in this simulation, but once a fire or smoke goes on, the detectors would detect the smoke, and it will start running the actuator, which is the siren. So that was basically the simulation that supports my project about the smart security system, and thank you for watching.